Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist, VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. The background's there. There you go. All right. In the background, I've got Clay. Seems like Joey is off today. Probably a much-needed day off. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. First trading day of the week. A lot of news going on. We've got the election. We got the Fed decision. We got a lot of earnings again coming up this week. So there's a lot going on that could affect the market. And I'm going to do the best that I can to help you to navigate through everything that's going on so that you keep your head off the swivel and you stay focused on what you need to do to make money in the market. If you're brand new to the channel, I'm probably going to say it a couple of times. If you're brand new to the channel and you like what you see here, I'm going to invite you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new live streams and videos come out every day. We're on YouTube every single day, whether it's a live stream or video or shorts. We try to keep our subscribers in the know at all times. Etan, welcome from Israel. A lot of stuff going on there. All I can do is pray for you guys. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want nobody to take that in the political sense at all. I am just that kind of individual. I like to make sure that everybody around the world is well taken care of, if at all possible. All right. Remember, at the end, when I sign off, I always say we got to help each other. No matter where you are in the world, everybody needs to help everybody else out. And if we do that, we will be a better society, a better off society, if we do that. So it seems like everybody's chiming in. Do you think the market will continue to go down? Francisco, I think that the market, in my personal opinion, is taking a wait-and-see attitude as to what goes on in the election that's about to happen tomorrow. I've also got an inclination that we're not going to know the results of the election tomorrow. I don't think that we will. There's a lot of stuff going on in regards to that. It looks like the Supreme Court is going to be very active into this election as well. Niles says, helping other people is the real superpower. Amen for that. Niles or Niels, whichever one it is, that is the ultimate superpower. That really, really is the ultimate superpower. I'm a member snail. What though? What are you saying, Kurt? I'm not sure what you just said. The alert just hit. Thank you, John. Looks like we've got about 150 people here. So we're going to get ready to get started as we start off with the homepage. We always start off with what's going on in the market. Yeah, Marvin says pundits say 11 to 20 days at least to know the results. This is abnormal. A lot of things in the world are abnormal, whether it's the economy, whether it's even what the Fed is going to do this week. I think that everybody baked in that the Fed is going to cut interest rates another quarter basis point on Thursday. Normally, the decision happens on Wednesdays when Ryan and I both talk about what the Fed says and what happened, but it's going to be Thursday this week because of the election. All right, so good afternoon, Jay from London, Ontario. I like me some Canada. I've been to Canada once now, only once. I got to meet Rick Franklin and do a seminar up in Canada. It was awesome. Let's just hope that this, John, you know I'm not going to go down that path. I'm not doing that. We got some of everybody in here, so I don't want to put out one side of the aisle over the other. Not at all. That's not what we're all about. We're all about making money. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. It's all about making money, and that's my goal here, is to help you make money. Octavio is calling in from Brazil. Gotta love that. All right, so with that being said, look at this. The day before the election, market's all down. And I think that, again, the market has been taking a wait-and-see attitude as to what's going to happen with the election. All of the major indices are down. We've got more yellow lights. Again, this is not all about a panic sell or any of that. We've got more yellow lights in the color guard, which tells us we need to be cautious. You got to meet me too, says Tom. You know something? Where did I meet you? I love meeting VV Nation. Coming in Tampa. Hopefully a lot of you will come live to Tampa if you will. If you do, you need to sign up quickly because the seats will go. The seats will go. So you get to meet me in Tampa, but Tom says, where did we meet, Tom? Gosh, everyone is now saying, Amir, we're not going there. Are you still working on a correlation between earnings and sales growth? No. So James, the only correlation that I was looking at sales growth for was for the purposes of revenue. Sales growth is a part of the revenue number. And if I can see a company that's got growing sales growth, most likely they're going to beat revenue. Now, when I say sales growth is a part of revenue, there's a lot of other things. When you look at revenue, you're talking about a company's investments in other things outside of just the company to grow and make money. But I think that sales growth plays a role in revenue because we don't have an indicator for revenue. So, James, that's what I was looking for. And I think it's holding true for the most part. When companies have growing sales growth, most likely they will beat on revenue. So that was what I was looking for. All right, that is, I met you and Stan, Mississauga or Toronto. I think it was Toronto. It was Toronto. All right, I got you. The Russell 2000 is up today. As I look, is the Russell, let me go into the homepage. Do we have the Russell? Russell is up today. The Russell is up about a 0.5%. The Russell is up, but you know what else is up? The VIX. People are getting more fearful in the market. Look at the VIX is up 3.5%. We're above the value of 20. So we've definitely got more fear in the market than we have greed. Are we going to smoke cigars in Tampa? Yes, we will. I'm going to bring about 6 cigars with me when we go to Tampa, and we will have us a Tampa cigar session. We're going to have us one of those, and we're going to drink a little bit of something and smoke a little bit of cigars, and we're going to talk a lot about stuff. That way, I'm not talking VectorVest there. We're going to talk about some stuff. We need stocks that no matter who wins, the stocks go up. You know, Steve Chappell did an excellent special presentation this week. Look at that. It's called The Best Stocks to Buy Post-Presidential Election. That was the special presentation that was done. If you hadn't watched it, by all means, do that. DEW is clearly in down direction. Yeah, the conservative call, gosh dang it, the primary, not the primary wave. The confirmed call is down. The DEW is down. The primary wave is down. All of these things are down prior to what goes on to the election tomorrow. Defense is where it's at. And penny-wise, you know, one of my favorite stocks in the market outside of Palantir is DFEN, but it's been tough going recently. DFEN has been tough going recently. All right, let's go take a look at the market timing graph real quick. And let's go see program. Here we are. All right, we've seen all this beautiful uptrend in the market, up. Finally, we broke down through the uptrend, moving a tad bit sideways. Thursday, we had a big down day. Friday, we tried, and I called this a dead cat bounce, and it really, really was. And today, we got a big wick. Today's candle, a lot more selling pressure as well. If the market, and I'm going to draw a level, actually, no, let's do it this way. Add parameter, technical analysis. Let's go to support resistance. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Change the settings on support resistance. I want to go look back 100 bars. Change this to medium and average. Let's go see where the next level of support is. We'll click on it. Boom. Look at that. We're right at support. We got 2 levels of support right now at $69.82. We're at $69.92. And then right below that, we have another level of support at $69.51, which accommodates this bar right here. Nonetheless, we are coming off of the high in the market. I can definitely draw a trend line from the high in the market, and there's that downtrend. Here's the uptrend in the market prior to the downtrend. We are in a downtrend. We're at a level of support, and we've got a lot of selling pressure at the top of the wicks of the last two candles, which is Friday and today, going into the election. That's where we stand. All of our major indices, the MTI, the underlying trend of the market, below 1. The buy to sell ratio, below 1. That means we have more sell recommendations in the system than we have buys. And RT is below 1, telling us that the market overall is in a downtrend. So the market doesn't look pretty going into the election. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is, but it doesn't mean to panic sell. It doesn't mean to panic anything. It means that you manage with all of the yellow colors that we have on the color guard. The best thing I want you to do is manage the trades that you're in. You know, I'm in 3 stocks right now: Palantir, SoFi, and NVDL. I'm giving my NVIDIA stock a little bit more room, giving it to go against me more than 10%. Once that happens, I'm out of the stock. Right now, I'm only down about 5%. On my Palantir trade, we've got earnings coming out on it. I'm still holding it even though earnings is coming out. I'm up about 55, 56%. If the stock goes down below 50% gain, I will take that off the table. All right, that's on my Palantir side. It's been a powerhouse stock, not nearly as powerhouse as NVIDIA, but it's been a powerhouse stock for anyone who owns Palantir. You've been a happy person. What is the name of the presentation? I'd love to listen to his presentation. Amir, it was the special presentation this week. If we go to the timing, we go to the where do I want to go? Oh, right here. Special presentation video right here. Click here to watch the video. And it opened up on another page, but this is it. Timing the market, and then the best stocks to buy post-presidential election. That is the special presentation this week done by Steve Chappell. All right, that was the special presentation done by Steve Chappell, and that's how you find it. All right, that's how you find it. Precautious here. I saw a precautious name. I agree. I am worried about okay. Glenn, I used the DEW settings on the IXIC, VTI, and the SPY. They look different than the VVC, but all down, and they will. They will look different. Remember, the IXIC tracks about 2,000 stocks, whereas the VTI tracks about 4,300 stocks. The SPY only tracks 500 stocks. Understanding that the VectorVest composite tracks over 9,000 stocks. So they will look different. They will look different. All right, let's go back to the graphs now. From here, let's just take a look at what news is moving the market. Let's get to the news. News. Oh, you know what I didn't do today, Clay? I did not set up my stories. So let's go do that real quick. Sigh. That was all my fault. Where is... No? We got to set up my stories real quick. I'll throw them all. I won't even set them in the order. I'll just put all my stories up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's my 12 stories. All right, there's my 12 stories. We're going to move this one all the way over to the end. And normally I set these up, but I didn't today. That was my fault. All right. So these are not any specific order, but let's go start from what's coming up this week. U.S. election looms large. Earnings, Fed decision this week. What's moving the markets? And we'll start with the election, 1 day away. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on with the election. We'll have to go see how that all pans out. Let me minimize that. There we go, so I can see the chat. Glenn, please call a timeout on the political. No, listen, all I'm telling you, Bill, is that I am not going to talk any politics, but I'm not going to stop what you guys talk about in here. I would prefer, all right, so this is what I'm going to say. All right, this is what I'm going to say. I would prefer that we keep the chat all market related. All right, that's my... listen, I'm not going to stop what you guys are talking about. I'm not going to do that because I don't think that I have the right to do that. You guys, this is a community, and I want you guys to talk openly. But in these sessions on this platform, I would prefer to keep the chat comments strictly about the market. All right, everybody cool with that? Everybody cool with that? Now, I can't make you do nothing. But out of respect to the room, how about this? How about out of respect to the room and to each other, how about we just keep the comments about the market? All right? Let me see the ones in the room. If you agree with that, all right? If you agree with that, type a 1 in the room. And listen, this is not a dig at the people who do want to express their commentary. But what I'm asking is that we keep the chat specific. This is what you're here for. You ain't here. If you want to go listen to political rhetoric, go to another channel. Go to another channel. Here, I want to help you guys make money. And that's what I want to concentrate on today. All right? So, the election is one day away. A lot of stuff's going to go on there. Earnings this week. And I did a short this morning in regards to the stuff to get prepared for the week. This is interesting. With all of the stocks that have prepared, that have already talked about earnings, overall, 70% of the S&P 500 has reported. That's a lot of the S&P, with 3/4 of these posting actual per share earnings above estimates. Now, this number is below the 5-year average of 77%, but equal to the 10-year average of 75%. That's from FactSet. All right, that's from FactSet. All right. Earnings that are coming up this week: QCOM, Moderna, CVS, Palantir. We're going to talk a lot about some of the stocks that are reporting this week. The Fed decision looms. I think everybody's expecting the quarter basis points. But some of the people in the Fed sphere are not all together on the same sheet of music, but it's all about the Fed's decision. Oil rises. I saw a story that Israel just went after Iran again. This is getting a sticky situation. We're going to look at oil. All right. But I still don't think that Israel has hit any of the oil fields. But as the tensions get higher, at some point in time, man, it's going to happen. What did Janice say? Janice says it was a joke for Glenn since he does do lives on Tuesdays. Oh, what did Janice say? Dang it, Janice. What are you talking about there, Janice? If y'all talk politics, then Glenn won't do a live tomorrow. I don't do a live on Tuesdays. And she knew that. Tuesdays, I don't do a live on Tuesdays. That was very well played, Janice. That was very well played. I said if they told you won't, I know. That was very well played. All right, so those are some things that are coming up. Again, top 5 things coming up for the week. The Fed meeting, earnings seasons. The Bank of England cut their interest rates, and of course on oil prices. All right, again, these are not in any specific order today. I just put them up. NVIDIA supplier TSMC to double advanced chip packaging capacity as AI demand from Microsoft, Amazon soars. NVIDIA reports in a couple of weeks. I did a video on Friday. Man, Janice, you need to make them go watch my video on Friday. It's a 2-part video series. I did Friday's video about NVIDIA. Are the expectations too high? Go check out the video if you haven't. Go check out the video. Normally, when we do an NVIDIA video, you guys migrate and just swarm to that. Friday's video, y'all was like, wah, wah, wah. If you haven't watched the NVIDIA video on Friday, go take a look at it. And again, the next video I'll do on NVIDIA will be the day before earnings. I wanted to set the table with Friday's video so that we have something to go against or go on for the video that we're going to do, or that I'm going to do the Tuesday before the NVIDIA actual earnings. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Just keep it in the back of your mind, a lot of the things that I said, and see how that relates going out to the day before. All right, Janice said, Alfreda said, you watched it. Excellent. I need all of y'all to go watch that. It's going to be important when I do this second video the night before. All right. So NVIDIA is still a powerhouse. you got to go watch the video to see what I think about it. You got to go watch the video to see what I think about it. We don't get results for a day or possibly a week. William Amir says, but tomorrow's scary day. The market, you won't make exception for scary days. Listen, I don't want y'all to, tomorrow's an election. It shouldn't be a scary day. That's why I want you guys keeping your eyes on your stocks, tightening stops on your stocks, managing your stocks. Tomorrow shouldn't be a scary day. Don't want it to be a scary day. All right, you just do you. You know something? I think that as a group of people, concentrate on what you have control on. Can I get an amen for that? Concentrate on what you've got control over. You ain't got control over tomorrow. You ain't got control over the Fed. But if you concentrate on the things that you have control over, you will be better for it. Let me get an amen for that. And you know something? The problem is a lot of times we always get all caught up in the things that we got no control over, and we allow it to take over the things that we do. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? Don't do that. Concentrate on what you got control over, the stocks that you own. Concentrate there. All right, let's go to the next one. This is an interesting story. I want you guys to keep this stock on your radar. See, now I think that the GLP-1 scenario is sort of dying off, but Viking shares jump after positive early data on an oral obesity pill. That's a lot better than have to take an injection, right? And a lot of the background behind it is that it's got good positive things that go along with it. The study included 92 people taking a variety of dose levels with 100 milligrams the highest. There was no discontinuations of the drug at the highest dose, Viking added, with the most common side effects being constipation, nausea, and vomiting. That's it. Viking plans to begin phase 2. All right, now this is all going to be FDA driven. If the FDA approves this stock could be huge as the first oral drug for obesity. Richard asked, Palantir earnings, will it go higher? The thing for me for Palantir, even though I'm holding it through earnings, because I'm telling you that I am, is going to be the forward guidance. They picked up another contract recently. Palantir continues to pick up more and more contracts globally. I think that that's going to be a driving factor because people are interested in what Palantir has to offer. People are liking the platform. So I honestly, Richard, and we're going to look at it, I think that Palantir has the ability to go higher. Amir says CNBC is scaring. Man, why are you listening to them? Why? If anybody is pushing if any station is pushing a fear thing, you need to just let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Don't let those people bother me. Let it be. All right, let it be. Don't let nobody talk you. This is why we have these live sessions, folks. I don't want nobody to panic. I don't want nobody to panic. All right. And as a matter of fact, I'm giving you, based upon what, I don't care what nobody else is saying, I'm giving you stories here. I'm giving you stories here on stocks that you can keep your eyes on. Glenn, look at the as of the third quarter 2024, Intel held 71% of the laptop central processing unit market, while AMD held 21%. Intel has been around a lot longer, Prakash, a lot longer. And I think that they should be trading a lot higher than they are. I'm a big fan of Intel needs to do something with the upper management. Intel's been around a lot longer than a lot of other companies out there. They shouldn't be trading where they are. NVIDIA replacing Intel on the Dow. Yep, that's one of the stories I got going on here as well. That's huge. That's huge. I'd only hold Palantir, but wouldn't buy before earnings. I'm holding it. I still got it. They said Oxycontin wasn't addictive when it came out. Just saying. Mac Daddy, then if something, I think that the FDA has a lot of things in place to make sure that the stories that happen with Oxycontin don't happen going forward. I think. I think. Intel, all the founders left. Well, then they need to get something. Intel, just think about it. Intel has been around forever. How many laptops out there and are Intel machines? As Prakash said, 2024, Intel had 71% of the laptop. I think it should be more than that. Most laptops out there are Intel machines, unless you're an Apple like me, right? By the way, I'm still looking for a deal on a new MacBook. Somebody help a brother out. All right, Goldman Sachs expects an uncontroversial 25 point rate cut as the Fed officials relax on dual mandate. So the jobs number came out. It was horrible. But I think that there was some justification behind the horrible job number, hurricane, strikes going on, all that kind of thing. So is the job market now in disarray enough for the Fed to continue to cut? It is what it is. I still don't think that we need one, but that's just me. That's just me. I think when you look at consumer spending, you look at consumer confidence, people are still spending money. People are still spending money. And I'm wondering if we get to the soft landing and not a recession. That's still up in the air. All right, another story I want you to keep your eyes on, Ballard Power. Ballard Power to supply 200 fuel cell engines in second deal with New Flyer. This is for buses. They went up. The order, which represents 20 megawatts of power, is the second purchase order under a long-term supply agreement announced in January. Delivery of the 200 engines is planned for 2025 and will power NFI's next generation New Flyer Excelsior Charge FC hydrogen fuel cell buses. Now, you guys keep asking me, hey, when are you going to do another video on hydrogen? This is interesting. This is going to put a dent. I don't know about a dent, but it's going to aggressively go after the EV space. Hydrogen fuel cell buses for deployment across the U.S. The order demonstrates New Flyer's continued confidence in the performance of Ballard's fuel cell engines and the growing market interest of the value proposition of hydrogen fuel cell buses. This could take off. This could take off. Hoo-wee. Amir says the best deal are Costco. Oh, I always buy my Apple products at Costco. We have BJ's. And before I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say what I said before because that's horrible. You guys are going to beat me up for that. But BLDP, keep your eyes on it. We're going to take a look at that. I wonder if that's in my list. I don't know if it's in my list or not, but it is going to be if it's not. Viewers, I think BLDP is. That's another stock I want you to keep your eyes on. CCJ, BLDP is in there. Okay. CCJ reports this week. That's all I got to say about that, Lisa. I do know that CCJ reports this week. Uranium is not doing nearly as much as I thought it should be, finding that AI is wanting to push more towards the idea of clean energy and nuclear power. There's definitely a demand for that, for the amount of power that's needed for AI and powering that. And I thought when I started seeing the stories about that uranium was going to pick up, but it really hasn't. You know, it's like, all right, but I do know that CCJ reports this week. ARM reports this week, too. ARM will account for 20% of the global laptop. Really? That ARM CPUs? I know that Ryan is a big fan of ARM. Intel's market share decline. Intel's market share has been declining since 2016 when it held 91% of the market. AMD's market share growth, AMD's market share has been increasing. I don't think it ever catches Intel, though. And AMD can keep growing. That's just my opinion. I think that Intel is so entrenched, even though they're losing share, I think that Intel is so entrenched in the computing world that I don't think AMD catches it. Now, again, that's just my opinion, Prakash. That's just my opinion. Peloton, which is normally a sucky stock. Peloton Interactive rallies after Bank of America flips from being a bear to a bull on Peloton. Now, I know that they've had a couple of collaborations. Peloton has. While the top-line trends remain challenged, Peloton has a compelling earnings story with ample room for upside. Continued expense reduction, and a lot of companies are utilizing the keywords of cost cuts. all right, cost cutting. Is Peloton in that field? In the terms of the balance sheet, Peloton is seen shifting away from being a cash burn story to a deleverage. What the heck is a deliver? What is that? Deleverage. Man, I was like, what the heck? Be a deleverage story due to significantly higher free cash flow generation and debt maturities. Is Peloton a stock to keep your eyes on? We'll think about it. Bigger problem is Chinese can potentially gonna block all Intel and AMD processors. They did that already with the government computers. Like, I know. But I think that, when you look at companies like NVIDIA working around it, I think we can come up with creative ways to keep that going. But China's only doing it because we did it to them. All right? So, and Dana White kicked Peloton to the curb. Something? I know that VectorVest historically has put Peloton as not a really good stock. So this is news-driven. We'll take a look at it. NVIDIA overtakes Apple to become the world's most valuable company. Back and forth between NVIDIA, Apple, and Microsoft are the top three companies. Now NVIDIA is number one, getting ready to go into earnings. I just think, I can't tell you what I think again. You got to go watch the video. Go watch 5 days videos. Thought Peloton suffered because machines broke down, too many returns. And Mr. Matt, they got sued over it. Excuse me, they got sued over it. And now they're trying to overcome that. Trying to overcome that. I wonder if it's a real comeback story or it's just hype. So we're going to take a look at the stock. Fed regulators not moving quickly to approve private industry power generation clear deals. Defense, I don't know about that, so I can't talk on that. I don't know about that. Government rejected TLN's plan to increase nuclear power to support Amazon. Really? Regulation. All right, next one. What Wall Street's analysts think of Palantir stock ahead of earnings. Interesting story. Palantir Technologies will report third quarter earnings after the bell today, with analysts more bearish than bullish. Excuse me. On whether the company's stock can sustain recent momentum. So I saw the story and I was like, I don't agree with that. I agree, I think that Palantir's got a lot of upside, but is the upside non-sustainable? That's the question you have to ask. Of the 12 analysts covering Palantir tracked by Visible Alpha, only 2 expect the company's stock has further to rise. Palantir shares have more than doubled in value so far this year as demand for its artificial intelligence platform surge. And that is it, as demand for its artificial intelligence platform surge. All right. Next story. Nuclear power. I told you there's going to be a story in here. Talon stock. There's TLN. You were talking about that. Talon stock falls on Amazon nuclear power deal setback. Constellation, which had a collaboration as well. Vistra and all of that. Look at all of them are getting hurt. So with that, Lisa, CCJ is going to get hurt. The nuclear power renaissance hit a speed bump after the Federal Commission limited how much power Amazon could use from a nuclear reactor in Pennsylvania. Who does that? Now, is there safety behind that? I'm assuming that there has to be. But if it can put out the power, let it freaking put out the power. That's my suggestion. But again, I don't know the backstory in increasing the power that it can use. Does that hurt the environment? Does that hurt the surrounding area? Constellation experienced particularly large drop because it's the largest owner of the nuclear power plants in the country, and investors had been expecting the company to sign several specialized deals with big tech companies that want to hook their data centers into nuclear power plants. The regulatory ruling now calls that into question. Glenn, averages of the VVC are recovering. You know why? Because now I'm on it. the rest of the world is listening to VectorVest. And now the market, I told the market to not panic. And I think people are listening to that, Bill. I think that's what it is. I try to be the calming voice in the storm. And maybe VectorVest can be the calming, like this, the calming voice in the storm. Instead of thinking about the things you have no control over, let VectorVest guide you to the shores of happiness. We need to make a commercial, Clay. I think we need to do that. We need to make a commercial with me in the background and just watching the storm go around, and I'm the calming voice in the storm. Anybody, you guys think you would like that as a commercial? That'd be funny. I mean, all right, big companies like Amazon have turned to nuclear power this year to solve a problem. They need lots of electricity for their data centers, which are processing increasingly complex artificial intelligence applications. Now you sound like Penna, says Mr. Matt. Jim Penna is a calm guy. I like him. All right. And the last story is going to be on earnings. Where's the earnings at? Here they are. Palantir after the close today, but a lot of companies reporting this week, as you can see. That commercial will be nice, says Joe. I think, let Joey do it. I think it would be a cool commercial. Are you sitting in the storm as you see the storm waging? If you're sitting in the storm and you would like to calm and be able to navigate the seas, join us here at VectorVest. We will help you to navigate the choppy waters and stay off the shores. And it'll be good. All right. Anyway, here's all of the companies that are reporting. I have them into a watch list. Let's get back into the system. Big news. Let's go start with the indices. Let's go see. Are they rebounding? Well, the VIX is still up. The VVC is up and the IWM is up. The Qs are down slightly. The Dow is the biggest mover to the downside, down about 0.5%. The spiders are down about 1/10 or so. All right, so that's where we sit. The big news stocks, these are the stocks that we looked at in the news. Let's go see where they all sit. NVIDIA is moving. Let's see what the biggest movers are. NVIDIA is up, but look at that, BLDP. I'm telling you to keep your eyes on that stock. Keep your eyes on the prize. All right. And the Viking, I told you to keep your eyes on it, but it's getting beat up. It's getting beat up. I would definitely have Viking on your watch list. SMCI reporting tomorrow could be interesting. I think SMCI is in a world of poop. Anybody else agree with that? Type a 1 in the room if you agree with that. I think SMCI is in a world of poop. Type a 1 if you agree. Now, type a 2 if you think that this could just be a great big buying opportunity for SMCI. But I think that they are in a hurt locker right now. SMCI poop world. I think that they're in. Can't have crimes without SMCI. I know that, Janice. I think that they are definitely in, and they don't. And that's why, Michael. That's why they had to delay their earnings. Right? They had to delay their earnings because they gotta have somebody get the books right. Now Charles says also a 2. So does Phyllis. All I'm saying is I'm gonna add it to the list, even though it's not a news story that we looked at today. I did short SMCI. I made about 20% in 2 days. I shorted it. I made about. Now I want to look at SMCI. So we know that earnings are coming out tomorrow, right? Let's go look at SMCI. Look at the pinch on Star Search. Look at the pinch. Actually, let's go put us back onto the VectorVest layout. There it is, man. That doesn't look pretty. And prior to all of the Hindenburg stuff, the stock had already been moving down. I just and poopy is the technical term. You know, look at that, a new 1 year low. A new 1 year low. I think that they're in a hurt locker. SMCI reminds me of Crazy Eddie's. Wow, Michael, you from New York? Crazy Eddie's. Oh man, you remember Crazy Eddie's? He got sued. He went out of business. I remember. How low can you go? Well, right now it's limbo. It's big. I don't know. And again, they're at a 1 year low. Dell and HPE and STX seem like good plays on SMCI. Dell, in the Jockey Club, we still hold Dell in our portfolio. Dell is a good play. I think Dell is a good play, but SMCI, man, HPE, STX, I know that Dell is. SMI, give it time to recover from corrupted. Know something? I'm okay with that. And actually, I'm going to draw for that. Who just said that? JK? Let me give you the benefit of the doubt. This is the 1 year low, $24.21. If it goes below that, I can't jump on that. I can't jump on that. If it goes below that 1 year low, which I'm setting as a bar for support, I can't go for that. Which company is the beneficiary of SMCI downfall? Pennywise put 3 of them up there for you, Sultan. Dell, I like. Dell, HP, I don't think that's Hewlett Packard here, STX. Let's go look at Dell, HPE. That is Hewlett Packard. And STX, Seagate. Let's go look at all 3 of those. There's Dell. I like Dell. I like Dell from this level of support. It broke down through a trend line. Looks like it's coming back up to it. Let's go look at Hewlett Packard. A little bit more choppier than Dell, but looks like it's trying to rise, but a lot more volatility in it. And Seagate, not really Seagate. Out of the 3 that Pennywise put up there, I'd be more of a Dell fan. I'd be more of a Dell fan. All of these are computer makers, right? Computer maker, computer services, computer memory devices. Actually, let's do this. Let's go to Dell real quick. Let's go see what other stocks are in that space specifically. So I'm going to double click on Dell, and it's going to bring up all of the stocks that are in. Apple should be in there. Apple is up in there. But Dell, there's SMCI. Oof. This whole space. Why does I don't know why HPE is not, but these are all computer makers. If I had to graph them all and give you a decision, Dell looks good. Put this on a 1 year graph. There's Dell. There's SMCI. There's Apple. Gosh, Apple just reported, but they were a good play until not now. What else is in here? HPQ. A little bit of a choppy session, but if I had to make an argument, it's up from the low. It's up from the low. And what else is in here? Hell no. I don't even know. No. That's Lenovo. Look at that graph. Good. And it's $1.36. Good. Guggly muggly. No. Same thing with, this is another Lenovo. Who is this? This is OSS. Man. There's not a lot of pretty companies in the space. CACI? CACI, is that a computer maker? What is that? I'm getting ready to find out. That's computer services. That's computer services, but that's a beautiful looking equity curve, Michelle. I really wanted the computer makers, but in that space, I do like that graph. That's a beautiful looking graph, but I don't think it's a computer maker. How about Western Digital? What's Western Digital? WDC. Yeah. WDC. Yeah, there's Western Digital. Is that in the space? What is that in? That's memory devices still. That's why I double-clicked on Dell to find out all of the other computer makers. That was and here they are. It looks like we got 7. These are all, let's scroll over. These are all computer makers. A lot of the other companies that you're telling me are in the space. They're in the space, but not computer makers. Does everybody in the room understand that? I love the other companies that you're giving me, but I want to specifically look at computer makers. CACI, high-end software services. All right, so it's great. Again, it's great all of the other companies that you're giving me, but I want to segment in specifically on computer makers. And that space don't look pretty. That space don't look pretty. All right, so these are them. They don't look pretty. SMCI was the shit, it was the stuff. But I think Dell, if you look at any of these graphs, Dell is the better play. Dell is the better play. All right, that was a great question. What company, would I use outside of SMCI? Dell would be it. Earnings this week. I got to set up that earnings graph. I think I'm going to do it right now. Let's go graph all. We're going to build this graph right now. We're going to do it right now. I got to remember what I liked about it, though. I'm going to take off the stop. I don't want RT. I do want earnings per share. Wow, look at the earnings per share on app 11. Earnings per share. I want earnings growth. You guys remember everything I had on that? I want sales growth, add parameter, because that is, for me, some semblance of revenue. Anybody else remember everything else that I have on here? And that's a 1-year graph. And I think I want to probably put a moving average on here. Add moving average, simple 20. See if I got trend. There we go. I'm going to save this layout. Graph layout, save. We're going to save the add new layout. Earnings graph. I think that's everything I had on it. I think it is. Now I'm going to make this better. Watch this. Change the style. Let's make the line darker. Boom. Earnings growth. Let's go make the line darker. Boom. Let's go to sales growth. Let's make this line darker. Boom. RT, earnings per share growth. Oh, relative safety. There you go. Average volume. Thank you. Let's go add a parameter. Volume. Average volume. Okay. I'll just make it darker. I don't need to put I'm not going to put volume on it. I just want to look at the average volume. And relative safety. Thank you. Who gave me that? Thank you, Janice. And add parameter, relative safety. Why do I want relative safety? Because that shows me the stock's ability to meet or exceed earnings expectations. Thank you, Janice. Number 2 for I know you are. I know. Now I'm going to save this. Save this. Save modify layout as the earnings graph. Save the changes. Everybody see this? What does it say? Warning, save changes. What it says? This will overwrite. I know. All right. This is what we use when we're looking at earnings for a stock. Oh, where's my moving average? Change the style. Make it darker. Everybody understands what I made for this earnings graph. Yes or no? Just type it in the room. This is the graph that we like to use from an earnings perspective when stocks have earnings coming up. Does this make sense to everybody in the room? Just type a yes or a no. Hurry up. You guys are so slow today. Today is Monday. Hurry up. Dang it. Glenn's just yelling at folks. Goodness gracious. Why am I on this channel listening to this brother yell at folks? It's because I like doing that. And you like it too. Hee Type in the room. Hee Wow, look at, see how much you like it? We got a super chat from me yelling. Thank you very much. Type a W in the room for this super chat. Type a W in the room for the super chat. Joy, thank you very, very much. We got a sister there. Mimi saying the same thing. I'm just yelling at folks, but this is why I do what I do, and this is why you show up. I'm not malicious. I'm just because Joey's not here, says Charles. Wow. Is that what it is? All right, because Joey's not here. Thank you very much for that, Joy. Joy, give me a stock. Clay, look out for his stock for me and let me know what it is. Joy, type of stock in the room, and Clay, look out for it for me. All right, we're going to go through these quick. All right, and if you can see these indicators rising, chances are that they should beat earnings. The other side of it, though, what was I looking at for sales growth was for my revenue part, right? We'll see. So we're going to go through these quick. Annette, nice bottom left, top right. Where's Joe? When Joey isn't here, Glenn is out of control. Whatever. All right, I do like a net bottom left, top right. Coming off the high, though, and just below the trend. Ooh, look at the average volume falling before earnings, even though the stock's price is going up. That's a flag for me that there's no conviction behind the move. All right, there's no conviction behind the move. That concerns me. And look at earnings growth is falling. Earnings is rising, but the relative growth of the earnings is falling. Do they know something that I don't know? Doo-dah. Next one. Oof. Square back on the move after getting shot down here. Broke through the downtrend, now in an uptrend. I like the clear sailing on the uptrend, and trend is in place. Rising earnings growth. From an earnings perspective, I think they beat. From a revenue perspective, sales growth, maybe not. And look at average volume going down. Relative safety is sitting at 1.26. I think they beat. I'd watch revenue though. And remember, the one main thing that I don't have is forward guidance. No matter if I think they're going to beat earnings and revenue, I don't have forward guidance. That's going to move the stock. What is your MA value on the graph? Lisa, that's a 20-day simple moving average. I'm only looking at that for trend purposes. Stock is a buy though. All right, let's go through these real quick. Okay, gold. Now gold's been on the rise. Watch the dollar. The dollar's picking up. That's not a good sign for gold. A lot of selling pressure on today's candle below the trend line. I do like the earnings and the earnings growth. Revenues, look at that. And again, for the lack of a better term, I'm going to use sales growth as a portion of revenue. Average volumes leveling off. Relative safety is rising. Higher probability that it's going to meet or exceed earnings. And I am, Robert, looking at a 1-year graph. I'm looking at a 1-year graph. Let's go to the next one. Wow, Clover. Rising earnings growth, rising sales growth, rising. I like that to beat all the way around. Love the move. All right, let's go to the next one. Hims. I'm so mad at Janice for making me put this stock up, but it's been working out. Rising earnings growth. Watch the sales. This again, I'm using this as a portion of revenue. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're selling enough stuff right now. Think about that. You know, it was a phase because you can go get all these drugs over the internet. Is it losing momentum? Could be. Evidently, though, the company does make money. Look at the rise on the relative safety. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm still mad at you, Janice, for that. I am. Go ahead, say something. Go ahead, say something. I know you want to. Say something. All right, so earnings rising, earnings growth rising. Look at the sales growth falling. Silver. That's a revenue thing. Again, part of revenue, but safety is going up. Number 2 for a reason, says Janice. Is that all you're going to say? Is that all you're going to say, Shaw? That's right. I've been trying to work on my Cajun accent. I got to watch more Cajun stuff. I need to work on that. Too bad it's not Tuesday. Am I right? I hear that. I know. All right, I'm going to go through these a little faster now. SMCI, interestingly, average volume is picking up. Who made the mention that SMCI could be on sale? Average volume is starting to pick up. Somebody said, Janice said, how low can it go? People are getting interested in it. Relative safety is falling. That's going to be a flag for me from an earnings perspective. But the sales growth is still rising over the last year. So is earnings. This tells me something. People are interested in it, and people may be looking at buying SMCI on sale. That tells me that right there. What did Mr. Matt says? Oh, there's Janice. Yep, because you on a roll with your earnings chart. I am. I like, this is good. I'm glad I got it back. Marriott Hotels. Ooh, the growth of earnings is falling. I'm wondering from a travel perspective, how many people are really still truly traveling? It is higher on a year-over-year basis after it took a hit. Where's the last earnings? Look at earnings, and then it rose. Earnings coming up. Earnings. Relative safety is falling. The rate of earnings is falling. The sales growth is falling. I'm not feeling real warm and fuzzy about Marriott. Can SMCI get delisted? If they fall below a certain number, absolutely, G-Money. Absolutely. Phyllis, I think it's on sale. And again, We looked at SMCI. You know, something is, I'm going to tell you to keep your eyes. I got a lot of stocks in here to get through, so I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them. Let's go look at some of the bigger names. Vistra Energy, that was for nuclear power. Oof. Going into earnings, the fall. Be careful with that. I'm looking at the bigger names now. Gold. Again, what did I tell you about the dollar? Be careful with gold. I think the gold is not going to be good. Novo Nordisk, GLP-1. And you know something? Viking is going to bite into Pfizer and Novo Nordisk from a GLP-1 if they can come out with an oral drug. Yep. And that means all of these companies are going to start pushing towards an oral drug. Even though Viking is down today, VKTX, keep your eyes on it. Vistra doing better than VST now. I didn't see the other one. I only had one of them up here. Embraer, big pickup for Airbus was my pickup for Boeing. Embraer turned out to be a better play. Embraer turned out to be a better play from the Boeing debacle. Look at the graph on Embraer. Definitely moving higher. Earnings growth. Sales growth, you know, they're picking up more orders as well. Keep your eyes on Embraer. Airbus was my pick, didn't work out nearly as well. Relative safety is on the rise as well. CCJ, Lisa, you wanted to look at CCJ. They report this week. Look at the growth. Look at the earnings. I'm afraid that it may not do well. Look at the fall in relative safety, the fall in sales growth. As much as I think that they should be doing well, they just don't seem to be doing well. Uncle Glenn, I'm holding Celsius, HIMS, and HMY. Harmony, be careful with Celsius. I saw got hit. HIMS, didn't we look at HIMS? I didn't like HIMS. There's Celsius. Look at that, Joy. There's Celsius. Out of the falling a little bit on earnings and earnings growth and on sales. Be careful with Celsius. You remember when Celsius was the hottest thing since sliced bread? Now look at it. Just be careful with Celsius. You know something? I'm going to give you a hard stop. If you're in it, it's going to be at that low. I'm going to give you a hard stop about $28.36. I don't know if you want to give up that much. Right now, though, it's moving a tad bit sideways. Earnings could move it. Did you get out of plug? In the Jockey Club, we did. It's sold out. I was only in 2 stocks in the Jockey Club, Plug and Dell, still in Dell. All right, just a couple of more stocks. QCOM, Channel. I do like the rising earnings growth, and sales growth on QCOM. I definitely like to see it break above. But going into earnings, I'm a little bit more happy about it based upon what I see. Lumen, look at that, close to the 1-year high. Wynn, just like Marriott, I don't think people are traveling as much as everybody says they are. Berkshire has got a lot of money on the sidelines. Rising earnings, rising relative safety. I think they beat sales, earnings growth. The rate of earnings is not as high as it has been. Look at the average volume, though. People are in it. Sales growth, what does he sell? So I don't know what does he sell? But I do like people are getting into it. That's a positive sign. I know Plug is up 20%. I'm out of it. Sigh. I put a tight stop on it, though. That's why I got out. I think we lost a little bit on it. All right, a couple of more before we move on. Pins now. ARM. All right, that's a Ryan pick. Under the trend right now, rising earnings growth, rising sales growth. I think they beat. But again, for me, it's going to be forward guidance. QCOM, unresolved issues with ARM. Ryan and I have both been tracking that as well. I think ARM beats. Plug was at 60. I know, but it's on the rise again. All right, that's all of the stocks I'm going to look at from an earnings perspective. Where's the money going? The money's going in the natural gas today. Janice, have you been paying attention to the natural gas play? Look at that. Boil is up 6%. UNG up 3.8 in both of the 2 cells. I've been trying. It's just been tough. I've been trying to play on a daily basis just for a day trade, boil and cold. I just haven't been able to do it. It's just been too busy. Where's the money not going? Natural gas. China? Where's China? China's in here somewhere. Yeah, there's Yang. So it looks like yin, the bullish side of China, is moving up. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with China right now, but they're up 2.5%. Lithium is on the rise today. Where's my uranium? There it is, uranium. I just can't wrap my head around uranium. Builders, do I have BLD in here? That should be in here. Builders. BLD, and then I'm also going to put in DRV. Builders should be up in here, is Michael. Where's BLD? You said it's up. Did you say it was? There it is. It's up 2.5%. Oh, I can't have that one. I need an ETF for builders. That's a stock. I don't want that. Give me an ETF for builders. Is it BLDR? BLDR, was that it? I think that might have been it. How come you guys are not helping me out today? I feel bad. Where is it? BLDR. That's not it either. XHB. If it's not it, Mr. Matt, I'm going to be... Nail is a good one. I'll put in nail. I'll put in XHB. All right. I'll put them both in. Nail is a good one. Thank you, Brian. I saved you on the... You did, Janice. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. You think Buffett's looking to make a big purchase? You know what he's doing. He's dumping a lot of Apple, though. HXB, there we go. Home builders up 1.5. Where's the other one? Nail, look at that. Nail is up 6%. And the DRV is on real estate. That's on real estate. All right. There you go. You said, how come you all not helping me? Oh, gosh, Janice. Sigh. It's a good thing I love you guys. I do. Mr. Matt says, you're welcome, Glenn. Thank you, Mr. Matt. He dumping Apple and Bank. I know he's dumping Apple. I did see where he was dumping Bank of America as well. All right. Let me give you some plays. Prakash, hold off. I'm going to get to your stocks in a second. I like it when Clay gives me a little bit more room to be a little late. Speculative plays. Write these down. All right. These are my speculative plays with the MPI. Write these down. All buys and all going up, all double-digit earnings. Buffett is preparing the cash for bargain prices. Is that what it is? MPI enhanced. More fish. All right, still on the MPI side, but looking at relative safety as part of the sort. Two of these are negative earnings growth, but keep your eyes on these stocks as well. All right. Contras shouldn't be doing well. Let's go see. Contras moving today? They are. A couple of them are. A couple of Contras are moving. SVIX, look at that. I meant to put on a VIX play this morning. I think going into tomorrow's election, I think the VIX is going to be a good play. I'm probably going to pick up some SVIX. I think I want everybody to just be prepared for that. As a matter of fact, I need to write that down before I forget, because I'm going to forget. SVIX. SVIX. I think I'm going to pick up some of that. I think with tomorrow's election, volatility is going to go crazy. I think the volatility is going to go crazy tomorrow. All right, weekly customer picks. Let's go take a look at yours. Buffett getting ready to eat. Ooh. Oh, so by the way, just so as you know, I had to take my wife to the airport. She's going to be in Florida for the next 10 days. That's a lot of Golden Corral for me. I'm going to go to Golden Corral. I'm so excited. My eyes are twinkling in the clouds. It's Golden Corral. I'm going to Golden Corral. My wife says, baby, you can go Golden Corral anytime I'm not home. She's not a Golden Corral fan. But I think I'm going to go to, since Fitz put up there, Buffett getting ready to eat, I'm thinking about Golden Corral. Favorite meal at Golden Corral? The bourbon chicken. Shrimp, Get me some shrimp. Cut me off a piece of that ham. Get me some of that ham. Not a big macaroni and cheese eater at Golden Corral, but my biggest thing is the bourbon chicken and rice. The bourbon chicken and rice. I love me that. I do. No Raising Cane's, Glenn. No, I got no. I got too many grandbabies living in my house right now. Ooh-wee. So, no. We have the meats. There you go, Matt. All right, let me go look at your stocks. I know, Prakash, you put out a couple. This is why I said to wait. All right, let's go look at some of your stocks. Let's go look at some of your stocks today. Do-da, do-da. We don't have a Golden Corral in California. Oh, man, that's another reason why I'm not going to California. IESC has been on the move still. That's been a good pick, Rod. Chicken fingers dipped in chocolate. Yuck. I am so not doing that. What is GD Golden Entertainment? What is that? I'm not a big fan of prime rib. I'm a ribeye kind of guy. AVGO, ITRI, plug. Nice move on it today. I'm mad I'm out of it. TLT. Yes, I got you for TLT. GBX, TTD Trade Desk, CORZ, GBX, GBX is already in the list. See, stop putting the stock up there more than once. TSM, I think that's already in the list, John. Stop putting in more than once. You see I'm going down the list. Man, you're going to make me turn this room around, ADMA. Don't make me take off my shoe and turn this, like what I'm going to do with my shoe. THC, not a darn thing. CCSI, Glenn's stomach will be bigger than his eyes. Always is when I go there. EXEL, it always is. All right, going once, going twice, 3 times. AFL, I think AFL's already in the list. If you already put it up there once, watch. If it's up there, and I'm going to put it in, I told you it was in the list. Listen, I go straight down the list so that I can make sure I get everybody's stock. Powell, SA. Isn't that the truck? SAIA. Yep. All right, that's enough stocks. How many likes did we get? I gave you way more stocks and got 74 likes. I gave you way more stocks than the likes we got. All right, let's graph all of these real quick. Let's change the graph. I'm going to put on the VectorVest layout, put on a 1-year graph. ISC, this stock has just been moving. This stock has just been moving. There's nothing that I don't like about the stock. Earnings coming up on it? No. I like the stock. I like this stock, and I cannot lie. Oh, my gosh, Becky. Look at that stock. It's like one of those rap stocks that just keep going up and up. Doom, 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 doom. I like this stock, and I cannot lie. ISC is going to buy. All right, anyway. So, was that creepy? If that was creepy, type of creepy in the room. If that was good, type of good in the room. Was that creepy or good? Was that creepy or good? ISC, I like it. VV Nation must have done something for you today. Matt, Mr. Matt, I'm always like this. I'm always like this. All right, Powell. Interesting on Powell. Big move Friday. Look at that big move. Big move Friday. Big move Friday. I'm not feeling it today. A lot of selling pressure. A lot of selling pressure on today's candle. Just be careful if you own it. You know something? If you own it, I'm going to give you a stop price right about the middle of that candle. If it goes below the value of 268.88, you probably want to take it off. You take the fifth dimension. James says he takes the fifth dimension. I know it says amendment. He says he takes the fifth dimension. Good first, then it turned creepy. Ivan, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I remember when this channel didn't even have 500 subs. Now 67,000. It's taken us some time to make it happen. That's for sure. I remember when we first got here, it wasn't a lot of people. We've grown this channel, and that's all thanks to you guys. All thanks to you guys. Wow. Excel. What scares me about Excel? Looking at this. What scares me about Excel? Just look at that. What scares me about Excel? There's 2 things that scare me about Excel. Type it in the room. There's 2 things that scare me about Excel. I know there's a delay. I know there's a delay. I'm trying to give you all time. Gap, that doesn't scare me. Parabolic scares me. Number 1. Number 2, what else? Look at the screen. Look at the screen. I got another indicator over there. Gap up. What's RT doing as the stock's price is going up? What's RT doing as the stock's price is going up? That's a big red flag. That's a big red. You call that a head and shoulders? Well, he got a hell of a shoulder way up there. Holy so RT is dropping. That's absolutely. I can't call that a head. What is he, the Hunchback of Notre Dame with a shoulder way up there? No, I can't see a head and shoulders here. I don't even think that what you call it, the Kansas City quarterback can see a head and shoulders there. I'm not afraid of the gap up. Gaps like to be filled, but you know. I'm not feeling that move up as RT is moving down. I'd be careful with that. If you're in it, I wouldn't be afraid to take profit. TSM, man, look at that move from the high. That doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy either. Oh, I don't want to extend it. I want a free hand. Look at that. That doesn't make me feel warm. And it's in a downtrend. And it faded the gap. There's the big gap. Shooting star followed through, but fading the gap. Definitely fading the gap. I don't know if I would still want to hold it right now with a downtrend. All right. I'm with you. Probably is news driven. ITRI right off of the 1 year high. Nice open candle today. Much bigger body than wick. I'd be careful with it. That's all. I'm not telling you to panic with that. It's got more of an update than an upper wick. Sia. It wasn't she a singer? Freehand line. Downtrend, broke through it. A lot of volatility going on with this stock. If you're looking at the graph, you see all that volatility and you're not comfortable. It's a dislocated shoulder. I don't know what kind of shoulder that was. I'd be careful with the volatility here. As quickly as it goes up is as quickly as it goes down. If you're in it, though, let me give you a stop. Right about here. See that nice level of resistance? Current level of support. If it goes below 464, 67, that's a lot of money, though. That's about $20. It's up to you. But that's a solid level of support. Next one, AVGO. Another stock that's just going down. Trending lower. Definitely trending lower. Last time it did, it broke above. I need to see some breakage. Right now it's trending low. And RT is leveling out. I'm going to give you a hard stop on that. Horizontal. Right there's a level in it. Yeah. And that's a descending triangle. That's a bearish pattern. A lot of wick on today's candle. That's a bearish pattern. Be careful with AVGO if you own it. Aflac. Insurance companies were killing it. Hurricanes hit. I think now, look at that. Below the level of support, I wouldn't feel comfortable owning Aflac now. And RT went below 1. All right. Scratchy Mike Glenn. Uh-oh. Clay. Something going on with my mic. Mimi. Is anything going on with the sound? Huh? Okay. Static on your audio or mine. All right. Clay says, I'm asking Mimi in the background, too, if she's still listening. I'm going to keep going. Clay is listening in the background to make sure everything is good as well. Ooh, huh? Yeah, it ain't. All right, hold on. I'm going to unplug my mic and plug it back in. Hold on. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Clay? Is it still? I'm good now? Okay. So the mic was just, yeah. All right, it's good, better, clear. All right. Interesting about THC. Love the move, bottom left, top right, in a channel right now. If you're in it, hard stop sitting at the level of support. I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance, though. A nice move on TTD. Just a few days off the high, but candlestick pattern, shooting star, followed through, right now leveling out. I'm going to give you a level right about here at these 2 wicks of about 117.58. That's probably a good hard stop. ADMA bouncing off support. It's a little bit in no man's land right now. It's if you own it, leave it alone. I'm going to give you a stop right about here at about 18.23. All right. It's all by itself, just chilling, going, hey. This is like being on Castaway. Wilson! That's Castaway right there. All right. That's the way I look at it, but that's a hard stop to get out at. Same thing with GBX. Shooting star. A lot of shooting star patterns. Followed through and it's fallen. I'm going to give you halfway through this big candle right here, which is about 58.04. 58.04. All right. Next one. Man, a lot of stocks are coming off of their highs. Again, that's the market taking a wait-and-see attitude when it comes down to the election. Wow. But CCSI is moving. What am I looking for CCSI? I'm looking to break above that level of resistance of about 24.28. If you're in it, though, leave it alone. If I'm thinking about getting in, the software business, I'm looking at about 24.28 before I jump on board. RT is moving. Stocks price is moving. I like it. If you're in it, leave it alone. If I'm not in it, I'm looking to see if I can break above that level of resistance. Next one, man, IBM, International Business Machines. No. Look at all this nice move, though. And hopefully you didn't give back all of this profit. That's a big gap. That was earnings. That was a big gap down. Nothing I could have done to protect you from that, though. Sigh. Katos. That's moving. Oh, that's in the defense space. The defense space is having a hard time. Let me go put in defend. DFEN. DFEN. Also having a hard time. Put that on a 1-year graph. You would think with all of the tensions going on in the Middle East, and think about it, when it first started, this was rocking. It's not right now. I'd be careful. A couple of more stocks left. Nice move on plug. You know what I like about it? Look at that. Nice level of resistance right there. Broke through it. I need more confirmation tomorrow before I jump on board if I'm not already in it. All right, if I'm not already in it. I like that RT went above 1. I like the move on the stock. Don't get me wrong. But let's go see if we get follow through tomorrow. TLT. Long term on the treasuries. Let's go see if that's a level of support down there. I'm going to give you a closer level of support. Excuse me. Sitting at the value of about 91.04. As long as it can stay above that, I'm okay with TLT for a longer term play. I'm not feeling it right now, though. And the last stock is GDEN. Golden Corral? No. Okay. Anyway, moving down, I got a level of support it's trading at right now. If it goes below this level of 28.91, I'm probably not feeling it. All right. I'm done. We did a lot of stocks. We had a lot of fun. You know something? I'm so glad we had this time together just to laugh or just to sing a little song. That's all the words I really know. Until the next time we say so long. And I got to pull on my ear. All right, folks. Make sure you keep your eyes out for tonight's video. It's the first trading day, the first Monday in November. So I'm going to put out my top 5 monthly stocks. My top 5 monthly stocks. That's going to be tonight at 6 p.m. So keep your eyes out for that. I need y'all to support my Monday videos. We always get you prepared, whether it's the weekly stocks or the monthly stocks. We get you prepared every Monday with stock picks to keep on mind. All right. Mr. Max says, very funny, Glenn. That's kind of corny, though. You have better in your repertoire. I know, Mr. Man, I'm working on it. Glenn, have you voted yet? Absolutely. Absolutely. I did my early voting, my wife and I, so we did our civic duty. Don't let tomorrow's day scare you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Remember, manage the stocks that you have. Worry about what you've got control over. That's all you can do. Worry about what you got control over. All right? So, until the next time, folks, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii, praying for people all over the world. And don't forget, each one of you help out your neighbor, help out each other, we're going to be a better society for it. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.